Over the past 6 years, we have taken Salford City from a League 2 side to a Premier League club. But now that we're here, we need to make sure we're here to stay. The transfer window is open, we've got some serious money to spend, and a squad that's in desperate need of improvements. Welcome to Salford in the Premier. Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Salford in the Prem, the continuation of the Salford City save that we have been doing for 69 episodes now. Now this series is a continuation of it, and we are finally in the promised land of the Premier League. Today, we are going through all of the transfers, the ins and outs. Hopefully we will bring in some amazing signings. We have the budget to do so, which I wasn't expecting the board to give me, but I'm not complaining at all. And we've already got some deals that we're keeping an eye on. No deals done just yet, but I'm sure we'll have something changing in the coming days. If that kind of road to glory type save is something that you are interested, make sure that you do subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss a single episode in this series, where hopefully we will be taking them as far as we possibly can, and as long as I can until you guys get bored of the series. Make sure you do like this video. Could we please get 15 likes for the start of a new rebranded series? And without any further ado, we're going to take a look at the squad that we have at our disposal. If you are new to the series, this is the squad that we have, and this is by far our best 11. It's a team that got us into the out of the Championship into the Premier League through the playoffs, and that squad has a star striker in the form of Gassama, some good wingers in the form of Edgehill and Parry, Poigmel, Hunt and Ranocchia, a decent midfield trio, but definitely some room for improvement there. We've got Patty, Fish, Nati, Solar out on the defence, and much in between the sticks. I think the key areas that we don't need to strengthen, which is much easier to highlight than the areas we do need to strengthen, is I think Poigmel's probably fine in there. Gassama's probably fine. We're not too desperate on the wingers. Potentially right back should be okay. And I think Fish is just able to be a Premier League centre back. But aside from that, I really do think every other position is kind of up for grabs. Our team needs an overhaul, it needs experience, it needs some youngsters as well. We need just about everything we can get at this point, and we're certainly getting the money to do that. Wasn't expecting the board to give us that kind of money, as I said before, but £42 million is certainly not a bad transfer budget, and we can do a lot with that sort of money. But quickly taking a look back on what has happened, let's reminisce. Let's take a look at the journey. We started off in our first season finishing in 7th place in the League 2. The next year we got promoted as the champions, and we went straight back-to-back promotions with the League 2 second place finish, and we found the Championship a wee bit of a challenge. 12th place, then 10th place, then 5th place, and getting promoted in a game against Watford that went all the way to penalties. And Clarkson, this man just down here, was the man to put the ball into the back of the net to send us to the Premier League. And I tell you what, I think that's the only reason his value is up at £2.8 million, because we definitely didn't pay £2.8 million for him. We would never even consider that. And if I get an offer of £2.8 million for him, I'm definitely not saying no. Currently, we're in the phase of just scouting players. We've got a lot of people on our shortlist. We've made a couple of bids, nothing too solid yet, and we're trying to get rid of some players already. We haven't signed or sold any players yet, but there are definitely some people that we're trying to get rid of, and definitely some people that we are trying to get in. Make sure that you watch this whole video to the end so that you find out who we sign. I imagine there's going to be some big ones in there with the budget that we do have, and finally with a reputation of 3 stars. I know, pretty insane there. I'm sure we can do some serious business. But we definitely are lucky in this position right now, because the club doesn't exactly expect us to stay up, so I think no matter what happens this year, we should probably be okay. They are building a new stadium, to be fair to them, so they have some level of ambitious, but I mean, the media prediction is kind of backing the board's decision to have no faith in us. 1,000 to 1 odds. I think that was the last time they did that, was when Leicester won the league. So, I mean, if they can do it, why can't we? Let's go make some transfer deals. Let's improve our squad. Let's get the best team we can possibly have to try and make sure that we stay in this division. I have no idea what tactic I'm going with. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. Make sure you are subscribed so that you watch every single bit of it. Probably going to be much more crashing and burning than success and tips and stuff like that. But, hey, it's going to be a fun ride either way. The first signing of the season has come in. Andy Boyd, an Irishman who's come in surprisingly from SPAL Didn't expect that. He was actually at Atlanta, but he was previously on loan at SPAL in the Serie A. He's clearly done pretty solid there. I mean, no goals or assists is a little concerning, but I think being back in his more hometown sort of place, I mean, he's Irish, so England's not too far away. I'm sure he'll be able to perform a lot better, and I'm hoping with those stats he does do exactly that. We've also sold some players. Our first sale was Jack Wadham. He has finally gone for £400,000, a tidy profit on him, and we also got rid of VTech for a free transfer because his contract expired. Unfortunately for us, we haven't been able to get across the line any other transfers just yet, but we have certainly got our eye on quite a few, and you can see a lot of bids coming in, and well, there's more going out than coming in, but there's still some bids coming in as well, trying to get rid of a lot of players on loan and for permanent sales. We've got a huge squad, so there's going to be a lot of sorting to do, and I'll tell you about all of them as they come, and I'm sure that we'll be able to improve the squad and get some money for all of this dead weight. There's a lot of it. Well, this is why they pay me the big bucks. We have a serious decision to make. We could sign this man over here for £33,000 a week. And he looks decent. He's got some solid potential. I don't know why it doesn't show me it now, but when we hover over him in the scouted shortlist thing, it's got him. There we go. He's currently 3.5 star to 4 star potential, potentially. We don't have his full knowledge, but there's his potential. We could get him. Okay? That would be easy. Or we could hold out and we could try and sign, I'm trying to find these players now. We could try and sign Stansfield, who looks like a solid player as well. He's got currently 3.5 star potential, current ability, and then 4 to 4.5 star potential ability, which is better. But we'd have to pay £3.3 million for him, as well as, signing him and paying for his money. But also, we also have the option of potentially signing Joe Duffy. That's how you pronounce it. You have to do the murmuring at the start. You have to mispronounce it 7 times before you get it. Otherwise, it's not pronounced right. He could be 4 star current ability to 5 star, and we could also get Liam Delap. It's big decisions, and I'm just risking it and delaying it. I think that's the best decision to make. I'm proud of that. I think I've done well there. Since last time, we have made one signing though, and it is Malte of House. I think I've banged that pronunciation. He is coming in from the Bundesliga. He has had a whole season at Mainz and played quite well in his first season in the Bundesliga. He is only 21 years of age, comes in for a tidy fee of only £3.4 million, and I think that is a very great purchase for the club. For someone that's so young and with this good of stats, I'm sure he's going to be a great option out on that left-hand side. And as a striker, we've also gotten rid of all of these players. Only 2 permanent sales, but they were big permanent sales. First one being Michael Obafemi. Not a man that we really think could take that step up, but a solid servant for us, and we've made a nice profit on him. Again, similarly, Jacob Ramsey, our vice-captain, he helped us get promoted, but I would take an £8 million profit for him every day of the week. He didn't play that well for us in the Championship, so I have a feeling he probably wasn't ready to step up to the Premier League either. So we've made a nice total of £13.25 million. We've loaned out a bunch of players in here. The only one notable is maybe this guy and this guy. There you go. Apart from that, they're all youngsters that we will hope will break into the side sometime in the future. But let's all be honest here. I'm going to just keep loaning them out and then sell them for a nice profit sometime in the future. Well, most of them at least. And there's another signing, this time for a very substantial fee of £7.75 million. This man comes in with some very nice stats, some experience, not in the Premier League, but in the Championship, and he had a good season last year. I think he comes in as our best midfield option, and he is available to play in that central defensive midfielder, which is exactly where we're going to be playing him most of the season. He does need to work on his tackling a wee bit if we are going to play him in that role, but I think he's going to do a great job either way. We've also brought in some other players, but first of all, of course, we're going over the sales. We have gotten rid of a couple of players on loan, but we have, more importantly, sold some players permanently. $2.6 million pounds for Geordie, who's a player that we never played, so we'll take that. Shipley is a player that I thought had a lot more potential than he did, and unfortunately didn't ever reach that with us. Maybe he could with Reading, but a tidy profit of £75,000, not that tidy, but hey, it's better than nothing. We ended up deciding to go with Joe Duffy as our striker, and I think we definitely made the right decision here. 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, and he's only on £25,000 a week. £4 million I think is an absolute bargain for a player of that kind of quality. We've also brought in a Ghanaian goalkeeper, not a position and the nationality I thought I would have been getting, but I will not complain at all. He is coming in on a free, and he looks like he has some beautiful stats to hopefully push on and become our number one sometime soon in the future. I'm sure he's not too far away from it right now. We've also brought in Jared Braithwaite, who is a centre-back at Everton, came in for £750,000 for them quite some time ago, and we've bought him for £5.75 million. Looks like a very good player, and he will partner up with Fish very well this year. And of course, the last one, Gabriel, and he's come in, and we've already gone over that, and I think that means that our squad is looking pretty good as we come near the end of this transfer window. Well, not quite near the end of the transfer window, but the lead up to our first game of the season. We still have quite a bit of time to do all the business that we need to do. Still got some transfers trying to get across the line. For example, we're also trying to sign another Evertonian centre-back by the name of Ryan Astley. So if that goes through, I will be more than happy with that. We also are trying to get this across the line, a right winger / cam / left winger / striker from Chelsea. He looks like a very good player for the future as well. And I know in the teaser or early in the video I said I think I should be getting some experience. Nah, we're relying on youngsters, most of whom have never had Premier League experience, which I'm now thinking might be a bit worrying. But hey, you win some, you lose some, and I'm expecting to potentially lose quite a few this year. This man has Premier League experience. That's 59 games in total. That's more than anyone else in our club. So I think he's basically a veteran. I don't know if a manager's ever really ready for his first game in the Premier League, but I have to be now. We've made all of our transfers, and some of them we have not covered yet. We managed to get a couple of other players out on loan, sold this youngster. Noticeable loans would be Alberto Suarez going out, our young striker, that guy. And we've also managed to get Bate out on loan, or Bate more likely, but I like calling him Bate. We've also brought in Hino. Am I saying that right? Maybe. He's going to be a left wing / right wing / striker option for us this year, and I think he's going to be able to slot into the squad when we need him. £3.4 million I think is a very good fee for a man that does have a lot of quality about him and the potential for big profit in the future. We've also brought in this amazing youngster on a free. He has some ridiculous stats, and I have no idea why PSG have let him go out on a free, but we will take it, and we're going to loan him out hopefully to one of these sides. Could either be in the League One or to Hull in the Championship. So that's his decision. I'm letting my youngsters make those decisions. So this is how our team is lining up for the first game of the season. A couple of familiar faces and a couple of new boys. Braithwaite, Boyd and Gabriel all being their debutants today. Apart from that, it's all the same lineup. And to be honest, I actually thought I made more transfers than that, but I'm still pretty happy with the squad that we do have at our disposal. I would still love to improve the central midfield role and the Mazzala role. Aside from that, I think everything else is pretty okay at the moment. We've got a good depth in our bench. We've got a left winger that is currently injured at the moment who is going to be insane for us this year, but we just need to wait for him to get back from injury. He should be out for 3 weeks, I'd say. And I'm hoping it doesn't last any longer than that, because he is crucial out on that left-hand side. But I'm sure Edgehill and Parry, they have a partnership that I'm sure will work for the first few weeks at the very least. We're going to play our next game in the Premier League on camera against Sheffield United, and then our second one against Brighton. So make sure that you have subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss that episode. I hope you have enjoyed the first episode of this new series / continuation of the old series. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe, like this video, and I will see you all later.